Welcome to the Burning Pallets Podcast, sponsored by Texsource. Here's your host, Brian Boland.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Burning Pallets Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. I'm so excited to be talking to you.
I'm guessing we just did the Christmas thing. I'm guessing Ryan must have dipped into that Jack Daniels.
Maybe. I don't think was it Jack Daniels?
What'd you end up with?
I'm not telling you.
You're not telling me? No. There was so much liquor involved. It seems like the gift to give or to have in the Secret Santa.
No. Last week's podcast, what did I said one thing leading off.
That you weren't going to do anything
this whole week.
Yeah, that I told you it was a fantasy. It was a lie because you get roped into shit.
And now I've done 70 other freaking things that I don't know. There's no chill. But welcome to another edition of the Burning Pallets Podcast. I'm here with Scott Thompson from Georgia and Mike Hoey from South Carolina, now living in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Used to work with Adidas and All-American.
Yeah. I'm here now for life. I've been sentenced to life.
I hope everybody's enjoying the podcast and would like to continue listening.
Well, so far you've brought out the excitement everywhere. So you drove up from Georgia this morning, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, about 4 hours.
Just for cold pizza and this gift exchange.
I didn't even get to talk to him. I mean, I was in the office with the door closed for, seemed like 2 hours. You got here late. You always have something wrong.
I know.
There's something always wrong with Scott. There's always a car problem. There's always I was going to say broken tire, but a flat tire.
That's what happens.
There's always, and today he had a battery that was dead in his truck. Who knows how a dead battery happens in a truck, but he drives the truck all the time in Georgia, so it's his fault in the first place. So he's a truck. The truck is in Georgia. The truck that stays in Georgia. You're the only one that drives the truck in Georgia, so it went dead on his accord, on his watch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, kind of.
So, but he drives 3 hours from Georgia to here.
Yep.
And then he pulls into a gas station, and you have a dead battery.
Yeah, well, it had a hard time cranking this morning, and I should have known, and I brought a power box with me just in case, and it didn't work. So
you brought one of those chargers that's supposed to save you.
Well, because I guess...
How did you know to bring a charger with you from home?
When I cranked it this morning, it started...
you had the truck at your house already?
Yeah, I grabbed it last night, packed all that stuff up there. Yeah, and when I started this morning, it just...
Just analyzing everything.
So did you find a good Samaritan to jump?
No, it was right down the road, so I just called Danielle.
That's what I said. He drove three. He drove 3 hours
all the way here.
He drove 3 hours from Georgia, all the way here without it dying, and he pulls into one spot and it dies.
Yeah, I went to go get a Red Bull.
So how are you going to get back now?
I already got the battery changed.
Oh, okay.
I went to the AutoZone down the road and just got a new battery put in it.
Well, and it's going to end up being the alternator, so that'll just drain the battery. It won't charge up.
It should be the battery.
Did they test it for you?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah.
The moral of the story is, oh, no, not the moral. I guess positive, there's a positive in everything. You can pull out a positive in every negative. That at least all the bad shit that happens with cars happens with Scott. I don't have that. No one else will, not right now. There's one other subject. But the majority of the car issues is always Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of everybody else at Texsource, there's always a problem.
Well, he's got that built in now, so if he's late, we know what it is.
Hey, I'm usually not late still, though. I wasn't late this morning. It started at 11. I was here at 10:55. So.
Yeah, we got it. The Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Welcome to the Burning Pallets Podcast. Got some T-shirts, some hats coming. Mike's making some stuff. Adam is making some stuff. We're going to start pulling Adam in the soundboard.
He's there now.
Oh, you got one.
Hey, guys.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, so he's...
Hey, that brightened everything up. I'm happy now. I'm ready to be here.
Now when we talk to him off camera and ask him stuff we don't know, because he's like the encyclopedia, he pulls out like where we're trying to think of something, then it doesn't come off camera from the magical person.
Hey, look at that. I'm excited now to do the podcast.
So Scott is going to be traveling with us.
You talked about the white elephant stuff.
Yeah,
I brought some of these presents from White Elephant. In our Christmas parties we do every year here at Texsource, burning pallets, whatever you want to call it, who cares? We do this massive white elephant. We had 28 people. Each person brought in a gift.
Yeah.
You can bring in a crap gift. You can bring in a good gift. Every single year, it's always an alcoholics extravaganza choice. There's liquor everywhere. We don't drink it. It's just everybody brings in the $10 gifts. So here's one. It's the Jim Beam. And then I got one more. This one is non-alcoholic. It's a little reindeer game. Anyways, it's cool. Just showing you guys. The majority of these presents are liquor.
I'd say 2/3 of them are liquor. Like I have a sack full of airline liquors, like every variety flavor. Yeah. And then Cinderella Story, he's sitting on the Patron, which is, that was one of the good ones. Yeah. And I think there were 2 people left, and it got snagged.
No one saw this, did they? No one could see this.
I didn't see it.
Because I hid it underneath the table. It was my gift.
I didn't see it.
Well, but
I hid it.
Well, but you have to have some pretty big balls to like steal your gift. I mean,
no, they always do it. Scott always tries. Yeah, Scott would steal it.
Okay.
Last year he had the Patron.
Yeah,
and I tried taking it from him, and I still lost it at the end.
Yeah. You saw Allison; she was going after that peach everybody went for the peach.
It was the first thing I got was the big peach one. There was a big crown peach.
Oh, your crown, yeah.
And I was like one of the first people to pull from under the tree, and so I got that sucker. It didn't last long. It was taken by the motorcycle. Bandit over there. And then Ronnie got the small one. And so I told him, look, dude, here's your strategy. If somebody comes for your small one, you're like, there's a big one out there. Yeah. If you're going to steal, I'm like, you're golden. And he ended up with it. So
that's Ronnie's perfect size. That's his traveling hotel size.
Or did you see it came with mints and gum too?
Oh, even better.
Yeah, so
now, what was this? The DWI kit?
Yeah, it was a DUI kit.
Yeah. What was that?
I didn't see that.
No, what was it?
Came straight with what? A bottle of liquor and mints.
Okay. So it's not like a DUI kit where you lick a strip or blow into a thing.
No.
Okay.
But that's a great idea.
Lick a strip. Yep.
No. Next year for Christmas, let's outside of here. You and I are gonna business venture. We're gonna team up with Bacardi, somebody, and we'll team up and we'll sell a kit that's got a breathalyzer and a bottle of liquor, and it'll be the DWI kit. Because when he said that, I'm like, this is hilarious. So
that's for only people who already has DUIs, because the people who don't have DUIs are not going to use it.
Well, this might prevent you from having a DWI. It's the idea.
Everybody that I know that has DUIs, and I know a lot of people who has DUIs, they always get the breathalyzer after the DUI. They don't get it before they get the DUI.
Well, there's been times now. I don't think they do it anymore. I think they got sued because a guy. But they used to put breathalyzers inside of bars. They would have the straws there.
Taco Max still does that.
And then you would blow and you'd be like, I'm good to go. And then you kill someone and the restaurant gets sued. So they stopped.
Yeah.
I used to install them in the cars. You remember like if people got like 3 DUIs, they'd have to get it in the car to start their car. I used to have to install those at Circuit City back in the day.
Yeah.
Like people just would give it to their passenger and then they just.
Yeah. Or you get the homeless guy and you're like, dude, are you drunk? No, blow in here. I'll give you $1. It's not it's not a good thing to tell a homeless guy you want him to blow something, but
he wants more money than $1.
Yeah,
that's on that. Like I'll not do that.
These all go awry every time we get on a podcast. It goes south.
But yeah, so our white elephant here, it is not the same normal rules. You do not get the gift pressed around 3 times and it's stuck to you. It's unlimited. It's no rules. Every year's different. So it's ours is a lot of fun. It's just, it pisses people off sometimes, but we've got everybody tamed down to.
It wasn't too bad
to relax. Sometimes we get some people are pissed off, so we tell them to take a hike.
Well, it's you're right about the rules, though. There are no rules. Even we have the gingerbread house contest, and that's always trying to figure out who won that.
So since we have Scott from Georgia sells them in.
Yeah.
So a tag team between the gingerbread house and Georgia. I made a gingerbread house. It was not up there. I made it. I constructed the sides. Everything fit on perfectly. And then I went to put the roof on. Kept sliding off. So I put more on it. So my theme was, the trap house in Georgia?
Yeah.
The pink, all pink?
Yeah.
That's what I did. So I painted the whole thing pink. Adam, you know that thing? You don't know it. No. Yeah, it's mainly on younger people. But I painted the whole thing pink all the way around. I got to the roof. It kept sliding, and then one of the roofs broke. One of the sides of the shingles broke, and I was pretty frustrated already by then. And you all can know what happened after that.
I had to use Gorilla Glue. I mean,
you really?
Yeah, that was the only thing that could hold that thing together.
That's what we do. We use hot glue gun at the house.
I tried to stick to straight icing. It kept sliding, and then I just got frustrated, and I punched the one shingle, and then I just slammed the whole thing into the trash can, and everything else broke. And the joke was still on me because I started finding sprinkles all over the house, so I had to clean up more. Nonetheless, I made a gingerbread house, but then got pissed and broke it.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, because you talked about this.
I did
this thing that you were going to make on the last podcast.
But I don't know why I didn't think about the Gorilla Glue. I mean, that's stupid on me.
Yeah, that's
it didn't work great either.
Really?
Yeah, it's on the editing table right now, the last podcast. So that's going to be fun. We're full on cartoon. So
yeah.
I saw a hint of that today. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's working out. We'll see if the fans love it. But this may be the last time the work involved.
Because last time you were going to do it because it's so hard to do.
Well, it'll get easier. But yeah, it's like I said, I think it'll be kind of cool. But you
don't need to have to do it for every single one. I mean, do it once every 4 or 5 podcasts. Have a little Boomhauer and King of the Hill roll in.
Yeah. We could introduce other characters, too, for sure. We could.
That one you showed me today looked like South Park almost.
Yeah, they do have the South Park, but Ryan's looks like him.
No, the one you showed me on your phone today.
Oh yeah,
with the animals in the office. And
the Robert test.
Yeah,
I got the animals that are dead up on the walls.
Oh yeah, on the desk. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Georgia gingerbread house. I tried to do. I can't. Who made that house in Georgia, the trap house? But
I don't know.
So what is the trap house for those?
Well, there's no reason to get into it.
So it's a nefarious type scenario.
Don't know.
People Google pink trap house Georgia.
Yeah. And
is it just TRAP or has it got a T at the end? Or what is trap house? Okay.
Yeah.
I may not Google this.
It'd come up. It'd be fun. No, I mean, I don't know why I was thinking of it, but I just did that for some reason because it just seemed hard just to do the stupid candies all around, that sort of thing. I don't know how Jesse won. I thought that Heather with the sprinkles and that thing, the whole ball.
The globe thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Nonetheless, let's get back to screen printing. We're way off topic. Mike Coy, Scott Thompson, and our fourth voice is
Adam Orr.
Adam, we've kicked him in on these podcasts, get a little background laughs or, that's stupid to say or whatever you come up with. But
we need the snarky comments and the wittiness. And when we get stuck and, sometimes we get trapped. Yeah. But I'm going to keep saying trap.
But with Scott from Georgia being here, what's something new other than you breaking cars and having issues?
I mean, not much new. I mean, I'm excited about all the M&R stuff. That's probably my most exciting thing about everything. But
so have you sold any?
No, actually, I've been the one that has not sold anything.
Oh, he's quoted a lot. But
yeah.
they need to pull the trigger to get the tax break.
I think that's soon.
The rumor has it. Well, it's not a rumor. I was told that we sold one of the direct-to-film transfers.
I think 2 of them, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but the reason why he hasn't sold anything is because of certain people, but just just making it difficult.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We're still weeding through. We're still new with M&R.
We're
running the streets hard like we always do with everything else. So, I mean, it's not like we know what we're doing. We know what we're talking about. Yeah. That's why we run the streets so hard. That's why you run Georgia and everywhere so hard. I mean, it's because we know what we're talking about and we can help so many people out. But as far as M&R, you've quoted a ton of stuff.
Yeah,
it's just some of those people he's quoted have prior relationships with some others. So we're slowly getting those people on our side.
Right.
Yeah, that there is. Yeah, I ran into that myself. I was all happy that someone was coming to the show, and I'm not even in sales, but this guy was coming and he was looking at the DTF, and I'm like, okay, it's a chance for me to, be like, hey, I brought us a customer. And he flew in and he's like, oh, well, my rep's this other, company.
Idea. Here's an idea. Whoever we know now that's going to go to the show in Long Beach, we should send them a T-shirt that says Texsource on it.
Yeah.
Texsource customer. We pay them $100 to wear the shirt.
Yeah.
They walk into the M&R booth that says Texsource customer, and those effers know who sent them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had people at this last show. I mean,
yeah,
they were hunting them down like dog. I mean, it was just nuts.
Yeah. I did though.
Yeah.
But I'm not printing anything.
Well, we could give them a special, something, or we need to work a way where, we.
I mean, that's an idea. Send them a T-shirt, but they won't wear it, so whatever. But we got to figure something out. So.
Yeah, and so we're all three going to be at the show.
Actually, I think all four of us, right?
Yeah,
yeah, all four of us. On the podcast on Scott, I told him today that he's going to be jumping in on some of that.
Occasionally, we'll pick and choose of certain people, certain.
I meant to replace me on some of the podcasts, especially if we get some of our vendors.
Some of those, I'm saying we'll have to piece Scott into some of these because Mike wants to run around and gallivant through the M&R booth because he's got his videos and he's got his phone and. Like he did last time, the TikToks and all the live feeds. So, I mean, of course, that's helpful and good to see and good for our viewers. So you guys will be able to see live footage. So we'll pick it. We need to get Peter on this freaking email phone call, but we're gonna get you to sit in with Mike on some of these vendors that we'll just talk crap about or whatever.
Thursday is gonna be a really good day to video. Because it would just be people setting up and just running it, making sure it's all tuned in.
And I kind of want to do this, what I did last time, where you're trying to get the feel like we're live on the floor and all the people around. Gotcha. Those videos did really well. Thursday we'll probably concentrate on, you remember M&R gives those vendor-only demos?
Yeah.
Well, this time we're going to bring in our own microphones to mic them up with so we get better demos.
You already talked to him about it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, when they were down here last, I think it was Tim Foreman and the new district guy.
Tim Foreman? Yeah, that's our sales rep.
Tim Foreman's our sales rep, or a Georgia sales rep. I don't know if he's the North Carolina sales rep.
Yeah, and then there was another.
But you talked to him, so they were just here. So I guess you talked to him about putting microphones on their guys, better microphones.
Yeah, just for that vendor.
Yeah.
Last time they gave us these fancy headsets and all those were great for individuals. It wasn't so good at capturing the audio. So we're just going to mic them up and then we'll be able to shoot and we'll get, because they're telling you all the features and they're giving that perspective to the people selling them.
Who's the other one? Not Tim Foreman, but Dave, the tall Dave, the interview you lost?
Zimmer.
Oh, yeah, he does really good.
I'm going to go to my grave. It comes up all the time now.
You effed that one up big time. Even Adam came to me laughing. He was like, Mike just made it horrible.
Leave Mike alone.
That's what he said. Just leave Mike alone. He's extremely...
Well, I was already, pissed at myself and just horrified because, I've been shooting video for years and sometimes, something goes bad. But I have a feeling like this is going to hang on me like some of the stuff,
just like Scott and breaking cars all the time.
Yeah. You make that one mistake and then it's going to be brought up. It's like the scab that never heals.
Yep.
That's how I am. Every time I come here, something goes wrong and Robert brings it up, then Ryan brings it up. And
I mean, that's how it goes. That's how it's supposed to be.
It's all right.
I'm here to talk about your extended warranty.
But so it's good you talked to Tim about getting the microphone, so we'll get a lot of better footage of that equipment. So all four of us are going to be there. You're going to jump in on some podcasts. We need to get with Peter so he can start getting this list made up. But
we don't know what the set's going to look like.
To our podcast people out there, we're definitely planning on having a shirt show. I know that I talked to that guy back at the ATL show, and he had already talked to some people at M&R and told them what's going on. So we'll get him on the podcast.
And there's two of those guys, right, from the shirt show.
I only met one.
Yeah, but he's got a partner because they kind of do it online, and then a little. No one's gonna get this Easter egg, but the T-shirt I'm wearing on the podcast before this one, where we're cartoons, I've got like a print or die T-shirt on, and that's from the shirt show. He's got like a print or die.
Oh yeah,
little sign behind him, so that's sort of like a little. Like a little shout out to those guys. But the plan is, I wear different T-shirts all the time. That's kind of my thing. So, as we do more, I'll put different T-shirts on myself.
But yeah, so all four of us will be at the show. Be sure to check out all the footage that we're going to be posting. Mike will be live with a lot of different of the pieces of equipment. And I've never been to Long Beach, so I don't know what I'm getting into. I mean, it's the same freaking trade show you go to anywhere else. I just know this is a bigger show.
Yeah.
A lot more catering to screen printers, but I've never been to this one. So
yeah, and I haven't either. So this will be, but I like that. I know, like when we went to Atlanta, you from a vendor standpoint, it costs so much money to go set up. It's you. Unless you write enough orders, it can be killer on your budget. But yeah, I love this stuff. I like the new people that come in that are, excited about getting in this business.
Are they launching anything new at the show? Do you know?
I think they're making a 30-something rival that's going to be there, and then the pallets twist upside down so you can put your top of the shirt, you can print the top of the shirt on one side and it hits a quick flash and the whole arm rotates, and then you print the back of the shirt, it flashes, and then you print both sides on the same setup.
Really?
Yeah, and then you put the dryer.
This up.
Oh, I thought he was serious. I was like,
psych.
Because I know they came out with the oval one, the rival oval.
I'm talking about ovals that had the arm that flips upside down.
Now, what he's just exposed is this is an invention that we're working on in the background.
This has been tried, and I believe in the past, but there's no way to cure the shirt, not unless you put the shirt in the old school dryer, not old school, but they used to have some dryers that you would put the t-shirt on a hanger and it would go through vertically.
Yeah.
At any rate.
Yeah.
I don't know what there's going to be new. I just made all that up.
The worst idea that I've ever seen in this industry, as far as something that just totally flopped, and no one's going to get this because this was literally the 80s, is Atlas screen print supply equipment. They bought a technology off of some guys because they were all excited about it. But this was pressurized ink and your stencil. And the idea was there was no squeegee. It would come down on the pallet, and then air pressure would force the ink through the mesh onto the shirt. Now, they had a cap version too, where you could print caps like that. That kind of worked, but we called it the vacuum suck because it never worked. And they spent 7 figures on this, buying this, and it never worked. It was the worst idea, but it was a big, imagine you could see through it, but it was so strong of plastic that you could fill it up with air pressure, and then the screen's on the bottom side, and it was supposed to force out the right amount of ink to go on the shirt. It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen.
Kind of like a hamburger maker where you shove the meat out and it grinds it.
Yeah.
But it's ink.
Yeah.
And that's the other way. You got to go this way.
Yeah. And this company, is Atlas even around supply? Are they still around?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I have no clue what you said. I can't picture what you said.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know, but
But you were right. The analogy of it just forces it out. It was terrible.
Same thing with these stupid ass gingerbread houses trying to get the white out. I couldn't get the white, and I chopped it, and I didn't. If you squeeze it too hard, squeeze the tube, it would bust out the side, and so then I got pissed off even more because the white icing busted out the side of it, and then I was getting pissed. Nonetheless, same analogy with the gingerbread maker and the icing when you squeeze the tube.
Yeah.
Did you use the one that came with the kit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was terrible.
Once your kid gets older, you'll start buying the ones that don't come with the kit. It's way easier. But you got to spend like $60 to make a gingerbread house when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
And then nobody eats these things, right? I mean,
not with Gorilla Glue.
I know. I'm saying by the time, and who was it that told me? She says, yeah, when we were kids, we ate them, because when you're a kid, you're just trying to get that sugar.
How long do those gingerbread houses sit in the warehouse somewhere off in the La La Land, and they finally make it to Walmart, and then you get it home? That sucker's so hard and crispy, there's no way I'd eat it. Icing tastes good, but it's terrible for you.
It looks like press board.
Yeah.
I don't think it's real. Is it
the color wasn't even right. I mean, ginger is brown. This was sort of look like press board.
Or cardboard, yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't even really have to make a trap house. I could have just put all sides together and glued it and been done.
Yeah. Spray painted that sucker and been.
I should have spray painted it pink.
Yeah.
God dang.
Next
I'm learning
year.
all kinds of stuff for next year.
I think we should start now. And
spray paint and Gorilla Glue. I really effed this up.
And I'm sure there's whole YouTube channels, dedicated to
making them.
Yeah.
Go down a rabbit hole.
And who was it that made like a screen printer? They were like kind of drunk on the front porch, but they had like little screens and the squeegee in there and buckets of ink.
Allison.
That was Allison.
Oh, that was Allison.
Her and Heather won second place. I didn't see it. I didn't see her gingerbread because it was so small. But anyways, gingerbread houses, Long Beach show, some kind of Atlas machine. I don't know what rabbit hole we're going through, but
Dead batteries.
Yeah, dead batteries. So, but I mean, what you explained about that machine or whatever it was, I'm massively confused. What I made up made sense because I was using my hand, but it's stupid. But you asked originally what is going to be new at the show. There is a new flash going to be at the show from M&R Global. You saw that email, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So there will be a new flash.
Is it for the Copperhead?
Yes, for the Copperhead series. And I guess a Quattro is the DTF's the newest thing out. Beyond that, I don't know what's going to be massively new.
Well, they were beta testing that camera system, so I wonder if that's going to get another iteration.
Yeah, I don't know. I know one of my customers was looking at being a beta tester for it, but I don't know if actually nothing came.
And this is a camera that looks at your print before you pull it off, so it's adjacent to the operator putting the shirt on, and the camera reads, and if it doesn't look like a good print, it'll light up red, and at least you can stop the
Why
press.
would the machine have a bad print? If it's a completely computerized machine, why would it have a bad print?
Well,
it's still the hybrid, but
right now they're not doing it out, and there's going to be a version for the digital machine, but right now it's just for regular T-shirt printing right now.
Well, they had it on their digital squeegee, which is a combination.
What I'm getting at is, what if it's so automated already? How could it be screwed up even more?
Well, let's say any process, any manufacturing process, you're not getting 100% off of there, and the quicker you catch it, let's say a head gets jammed up on one.
Okay, that's true. Yeah,
all of those factors.
Just like an auto, you don't pay attention. The ink runs out of one of the sides of the screen.
You do the dry stroke.
Yeah, so that was stupid of me.
Or sometimes shirt gets picked up by the screen, if it's still sticky and not flashing.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
What you're supposed to do is take a picture of the perfect print, load it onto the system, and then now it's pretty much almost like AI is going to be checking it for you instead of a human checking it. I don't know if it's AI technically yet, but
and I don't know if it's optical or, in other words, based on shapes. Or if you're running a high-end job, what if the skin tones get too red? Is that going to stop it?
Right.
So we don't know where this technology, but it's certainly interesting seeing how this is getting involved.
Yeah. it's pretty much supposed to take kind of the human eye out of it on some cases. But
we just need to take humans out of everything, and then the world of
what we should do is Mark Zuckerberg not be born, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, get them out of here, and let's go back to the old days. None of this crap, and keep it more simple. Yeah,
the 70-hour work weeks, 12 hours a days, all that.
No, factories
back in the olden days.
They effed everything up, so whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of AI, and speaking of the show, and speaking of Quattros, Texsource, we have a new line of DTF products, films, inks, powders, cheaper, better. I don't care what you call it, but we have a new set of films for the direct-to-film machines and the powder. So check us out, screenprintingsupply.com.
Screen print. There's our that's our sponsorship plug.
We've never plugged screenprintingsupply.com on any of these podcasts.
Yeah, I know. Really? Yeah. No, we're sponsored by Texsource. It says it in at the very beginning, but yeah, I guess a shameless plug is worthy. You see the other podcasters, they're like, thanks for, and then they've
bums.
Yeah, they do. Clorox
No, not
bleach.
bums. That's wrong. Adam, where were you? That's not the right word.
I didn't catch that.
Have you guys ever thought about doing like a live version where customers can ask questions or?
Well, in the future, when we have a new, all this is going to move because
I got blueprints up front, by the way.
I saw those, but I was afraid to ask
because I probably shouldn't look at it. It's a surprise.
Well, I should be involved in this.
Not the studs and the walls.
I'm gonna live in there.
Not the studs and walls. You can't work down. Your office is not gonna be down there because then
you have to move me down there. I can't be. Haven't you learned? I can't be around people.
What if you sleep or something down there? We don't know.
Look. I'll wire the place for cameras. You can watch me.
Then I gotta watch the cameras. I don't want to do that.
Well, I
gotta watch the guys in Georgia on the cameras there.
If you don't know me by now, I do this shit day and night. But in answer to your question, we're going to have to get good wired internet in the new place.
Okay.
And then that'll plug into our switcher. And then we can do Facebook Live, YouTube Live all at the same time and do a true Q&A.
Oh, okay.
And we'll be able to do like the Zoom callers where we bring in all that hardware set up. The only thing is missing is we are in a kind of an internet
dead zone.
We're in a giant Faraday cage.
Yeah, Faraday cage. Just like the office, like when you're in our office, I can't even text letters.
That's by design because we don't want people on their cell phones.
Cell phone jammer or something.
Yeah.
There's something in there. It's bad. Like I tried to call 911 the other day when I lopped a finger off, and it's just like, sorry, you're going to bleed to death. That place it's a vacuum.
Yeah.
But that's what we'll be able to do in the new place.
Okay.
If my input is we need high speed down there.
Are you guys going to be doing live at the show, or
no?
All recorded?
No. What Peter say it was
it cost too much money,
like $15,000.
I mean,
just to have a high speed
data there.
To have enough bandwidth was going to cost them 10 to 15 grand.
That's crazy.
Which is in this modern age, the trade shows, you would think like everybody would have internet at these scenarios.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
In the new showroom, we can put as many blue cords in the walls as you want.
Okay, what does that mean?
The blue cord that you plug into the internet?
Yeah.
We can lace the entire place with blue cords.
Okay, I just need one in the podcast studio.
Oh, okay.
And the rest can be Wi-Fi because you want the convenience. But we need the wired wherever we're going to set all of this up. And then it's going to open the door for us to have guests over Zoom. And
podcast room is going to be 19 feet wide, basically 20 feet wide. So I don't know how wide this is. I mean, this might be close to 20, maybe a little bit less.
About maybe that long. I'd say we got 10 foot.
You might be 15 foot. We're going to be so the picture 20 foot this way and 26 to 30 foot that way.
Oh, wow.
For the podcast area.
So we want to push it into a smaller. We can do that, right? I mean that's a big ass space.
All right, I'll give you the blueprints.
I want to be in a bubble, like you go in there, it's nice and soundproof.
Right. So Adam, I'll just give him the blueprints instead of trying to surprise him. I'll just let him do it and
take it away.
Yeah.
Well, I come in there and you're just like, we thought you liked, cheetah wallpaper. I'm like, holy crap. No, but it's really going to this, not just the podcast studio, but the fact of having all this M&R equipment set up. We're going to be a showpiece for
our floors are going to be nice. We're going to have some nice floor. I think floors and having nice equipment on a nice floor sets that equipment off. Yeah, I know we're just talking about stupid stuff now and the colors but a nice white floor with a nice looking warehouse. The showroom. Sorry.
Yeah.
Where's that going? That's going in this area? Or?
No.
Oh.
This is somewhere else.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and
we bought a whole new building in Georgia. That's where we're moving to.
Oh, yay!
We're all moving down there. Our wives are pretty tore up.
I'm coming up here.
Got to rip the. You want to come up here?
No, I was kidding.
Oh,
God!
You don't want to come to Kings Mountain.
You don't like it?
No, I'm just saying where he's at. He's probably all right. I mean, Kings Mountain is okay, but like after a month, you're tired of all the places that you could possibly get food. And then you're running to Gastonia or you're risking your life to go to Shelby.
Shelby's decent. It's nice. There's nothing wrong with Shelby. You just got to be in the right places, like the downtown part of Shelby. And then Gastonia, you would never want to live in Gastonia because of the amount of effing people that are there. It's annoying.
Yeah, I poke in to like go to the mall and stuff like that. But yeah, you like to have a variety. Our best restaurant that, we got Swoogers, which is, it's
Swoogers.
I can make a bologna sandwich 14 times better than Swoogers can ever make a bologna sandwich.
I think that's a lie.
I will bet everybody in the building.
Is it fried?
Fried. They got a little barbecue sauce on it, a little Duke's mayonnaise, a little bun, a little smush bun, a little grilled bun.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Barbecue bologna. That's the best.
Yeah.
That's light barbecue sauce, not a lot. Try it. So whoever watches this podcast, take your bologna sandwich, put a little fry both sides first, get it brown, then put the barbecue sauce in the pan, throw the bologna on top of it, cook that side, flip it around, get a little light barbecue. Good to go.
We need to do a whole podcast that are just food.
Yeah.
So is that your specialty? Like, is there anything that like you're known for? Like your wife's like, okay, we're having this. You're cooking tonight.
No,
I
mean, there's no specialty. No, I mean,
the bologna.
That's not even a specialty. That's just something that everyone should have in the arsenal. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
So you're not a cook.
No, I cook. I mean, I cook every Sunday for 3 hours because I meal prep for the entire week. I make everything for my entire week, but I do some miscellaneous stuff here and there, but nothing special. I'm just saying I can cook a better bologna sandwich than Swoogers.
Probably. Do you split? Do you split?
Of course. You got to get your little
how many splits do you do?
You got 4.
You got 4.
Four splits.
Is this thick or thin bologna?
Medium.
Okay.
Not super thick because that's overall. You got to have a big piece of bread. You don't want thin because you got to have double meat. So just somewhat medium sized thickness.
And bologna is this fried bologna. Is this like poor man's bacon? What's the deal with fried bologna?
Know that it's a tasty piece of
salt
combination of products within a patty.
Yeah, I don't know what's in bologna. I mean,
it's kind of like
everything.
Isn't it like a hot dog?
It's just a giant hot dog slice, right?
Almost.
Kind of, yeah.
How about you, Scott? Are you cooking up the meals for the wife?
No. My wife cooks 99.9%.
So you have nothing.
No, I mean I can cook some pretty good ribs.
Okay,
that'd be good. I can cook ribs.
Yeah, usually the guy's the grill master.
Yeah,
my dad taught me how to smoke some pretty good ribs.
Yeah.
That's all he does is he loves cooking like that. But no, that's the only thing I've made.
Next time he comes, which is to be never probably, but I would like to try ribs.
Yeah,
that's something you just take a bite of and see if it's good or not.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never had bologna until like 3 or 4 years ago.
He grew up on the rich side of town.
No, I just
did not.
I'm from up north. I've just never had bologna sandwiches before.
I haven't done the fried bologna.
You said you worked at the Chicago shop, that hot dog joint.
Oh yeah, but we just didn't have fried bologna. Yeah.
You just said bologna is the same thing as hot dogs.
Oh true. I've just never
So then you
fried.
had a bologna sandwich.
Well, you take a hot dog and you can make little tiny bologna sandwiches. It's
I think it's pretty good. I never, like I said, up until a few years ago, my wife was making it, and it's pretty good.
well. See, even though I'm in the South, I've never had
Liver mush.
Oh, liver mush? Oh, hell no! Just the sound of it. So no liver mush. No what's the greens? Grits. What's the green stuff that people eat?
Collard greens.
Collard greens? No.
Same here.
So if you want to have a good collard green, go to Cherokee Grill on a Sunday. You eat them.
Yep.
He's got a little chicken fried dinner. For lunch, a chicken fried chicken. The chicken is amazing. It doesn't have a bone.
And that's these days, Cherokee?
Yeah, up in Cherokee Grill. Go on a Sunday at lunch. They have collard greens, mac and cheese, and the guy who makes it there makes collard greens. He's got his own recipe. It's awesome. It's really, really, really good. You don't need any vinegar. You don't need anything on the collard greens. Just straight up collard greens.
So what's it like? What are collard greens? I mean, it looks like something that I took out of my lawn trimmings.
It's better than lettuce and dressing.
It's like any other sautéed green. It's good.
It's better than a sautéed green though.
Yeah.
It's really good. Nonetheless, go to Cherokee Grill. You live in Kings Mountain. Go there on a Sunday. They still have it, Adam. Have you were shaking your head. You've had it before.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure they still have it on Sundays.
This place all changed. They kind of closed down for a while.
They did, but I mean, they never stopped the Sunday dinner because that's kind of like that whole church crowd who has nowhere to go because everyone wants to cook after church. A lot of people go to Cherokee Grill. So if you want to go try it out, get there before 12.
Yeah, I'll just have to.
Sorry, podcast. That means not a effing thing for you guys. But
you're getting a look into our lives.
Yeah.
Who we are.
Yeah. But anyways, trade show, DTF, the products we have. It should be stocking in Georgia soon. But anything else new you want to talk about for Georgia? You don't complain about anybody, any customers?
No.
There's always a customer to complain about.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest
Just
problem
kidding. We love everybody.
Probably
it's UPS and FedEx that we hate. I keep interrupting.
No, you're good.
No, he was trying to tell you.
I'm trying to save my butt.
It's just customers are. It seems like Georgia, there's a lot more competition. We're always competing with somebody.
True.
So, I mean, there's just a lot of people who are willing to just sell it at almost. We deal with free stuff sometimes. I mean, that's been the biggest problem about Georgia.
Biggest problem for us is UPS and FedEx. I know it's with everybody, but I mean,
has it been getting worse around Christmas time? Because it seems like most of my packages have showed up in my house pretty good this year. Last year we had some problems.
Yeah,
that's why you should kill Jeff Bezos because he screwed up him because everyone orders Amazon and those packages seem to show up perfectly, not damaged, on time every time.
But yours guys is
and UPS just got this big raise. These guys make like $80,000 a year. You would think like they would be treating these packages with kid gloves, but where I thought we would be right now, which the internet of everything is those little chips that would be on every single box, and you could track them.
It's pretty good.
And they're so cheap, or they will be in the future, that they'll even be on every product that you buy. Like when you buy a macaroni and cheese,
well, that's how it is.
That will inventory into your house.
Well, that's how Whole Foods is right now. Some of the ones in California, you can go in there and you just put in your cart, and when you go out, it checks you out automatically because it has all those little chips in it.
But that technology could be put on the packages. Then you would know, like, because the guy delivers. When I was at All American, I got this part that went to another plant that was, down the street.
Yeah.
And this thing was like, I looked it up on the internet before I gave it. I was all like, oh, what is this thing, And it was several $1,000s. And I ended up, like, hey, let's take it down to them. They're all like, thank you. They said they delivered it, so that happens to us all the time. Even, and if you're on our side where you're shipping out stuff. We're like, we're done. The transaction's been made, but then somebody comes back up and says like, oh, yeah, I didn't get that case of tape. And then we're dealing with it. And we need technology to fix that. Like now, somebody get those chips on those packages.
But those chips, then you can just track people all the time, and then you can put a camera inside the chip and look inside their house and privacy. And
well, we're tracked anyway. So I mean, at this point, if you're worried about Big Brother, then
true,
you're gonna just need to go up to Alaska and not have a phone or any. We're being tracked.
I saw somebody post something that Mark Zuckerberg bought a massive spot in Hawaii. It's off the reservation somewhere in Hawaii, and he's building his compound currently, building bunkers, building all kinds of stuff. And someone posted that he did all this, or is in the process of doing it, and the comment was that he knows something that we don't, because he's off in Hawaii doing this for one, and two, and all the bunkers and all that stuff. So speaking of tracking speaking of Big Brother,
yeah,
someone knows something. Be careful.
Well, I think the real rich get the news first. I mean, isn't that what that one movie on Netflix is about?
The
World Behind or
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, it's supposed to be about like.
Yeah, I've got that. We're gonna watch that this weekend. But it's something about some apocalypse.
They get the news first, or they commit suicide in jail because of. I was going on Jeffrey Epstein poll, being the rich and knowing something first.
Yeah,
I don't know where those two linked, but
well, there's probably a reason why he's not alive now. There were a lot of names, a lot of big people would have been taken down, I guess, but yeah. I'm stuck now.
Yeah, that's
bail
I
us out.
I left it on you.
Bail us out, Adam.
I went down a different hole that I don't even know what I was saying. Now you're
big time.
talking about Big Brother, then who's watching us, but
Mark Zuckerberg.
yeah. Nonetheless, I mean, had a good Christmas party.
Yeah.
Busy week.
This is my first time up here. Usually I get zoomed in. It was pretty. It
It's
went quicker than it seemed like it usually.
It definitely went quicker this year, and we have so many people. It's grown with the amount of people we have, so it's kind of hard to. And then it starts moving so fast, and he's yelling out numbers and doing this and doing that. If he could just slow down a little bit, so it's not rushed. But I guess if we didn't do it that way, then it would last hours.
Right.
Just like this podcast. This is the podcast where it will never end. We can't figure out how to end it.
Well, I know how to end it, but I'm not going to, because Scott's got to drive back to Georgia, and I want to make him sit here for a little bit longer, so it takes him a lot longer to get back home.
I'll just skip the office.
it's past 2.
And then all that emotion he takes home with him over the weekend that goes bad as it sits overnight in his driveway. We'll just charge him for it.
Yeah,
because he's not going to take it to the warehouse, so we'll have to take it inside his house first, unload it, and then load it back up again.
I won't do any of that.
Is it
just bill me? Add it to my account.
Is it warmer down there?
No.
No, it's what's up with this winter already? It's like cold out in here.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty chilly when we go to Long Beach too.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not supposed to be as nice as I thought it was. Or it'd be like, I think maybe like mid 60s the first 2 days, but I think at night it gets down to 40s, 30s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, appreciate you guys watching another podcast. It was a ramble of all kinds of random stuff. I started off negative because of the BS, but then got a little bit better because we have Adam joining us now. So we have normally he's going to be the third guy jumping in.
It cheered him up.
Yeah.
You guys saw it.
Yeah, it's like, it actually came up. So Adam's in on it. Scott from Georgia has visited us, and it's just a random podcast with randomness. I don't think we really pulled anything out of this podcast that we can. You know how we always have one bit of information that's kind of screen printer related that we give information on. I don't know what we said on this one that really gives them that.
No, I don't think so. Except
for maybe some new stuff coming out at the trade show.
We'll have to throw a piece of nugget.
That's what you called it, a nugget.
Yeah, we'll have to throw one in there.
Have you guys thought about having people sign up for like your podcast to be at the show?
Oh yeah.
Oh okay. So you got people already signed up and going.
Yeah, we're 3 months ahead on that one.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah.
Store your screens print side down. That's your nugget for the show. I'll die on that hill. I see people doing it wrong all the time. That's the nugget.
Totes. Anyways, thanks guys for joining us again. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We won't see you. I mean, shoot, I probably won't jump on another podcast till the actual trade show because we got to get some stuff rolling and make sure all of our stuff's tied down. So you guys won't see us again, and I'm going to call it. You're not going to see us again until the trade show. Yeah,
we're tearing this out.
Yeah.
We got to take all this down, and all of this is going to move maybe to never come back.
True.
Here.
Thanks, Scott, for joining us. I know you had to drive. Merry Christmas. I'm glad you came down. I know it was busy. Wasn't able to just talk about other stuff, but you can tell people Merry Christmas if you want.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Thank you, guys.
Mike?
I'm happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you celebrate.
And then Adam?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Here we go. Merry Christmas. Thank you, guys.